Let me tell you something about pain. You're going to experience it. That's not a threat. That's not pessimism. That's reality. You're going to hurt. You're going to struggle. You're going to face moments where everything in you wants to quit. And here's what nobody wants to tell you, but I will. There is no path in life that doesn't involve suffering. None. You can't buy your way out of it. You can't think positive thoughts and make it disappear. You can't meditate it away or manifest a life without difficulty. Pain is coming. Pain is here. Pain is part of the deal of being alive. The question isn't if you'll experience pain. The question is which pain you'll choose. Are you hurting right now? Are you struggling? Good. That means you're alive. That means you still have a chance. But let me ask you this. Is the pain you're feeling building you or breaking you? Is it making you stronger or weaker? Because here's what most people never realize. You're standing at a crossroads right now. Two paths stretched out in front of you. Both involve suffering. Both involve sacrifice. Both will hurt. But one path leads to growth, strength, and a life you're proud of. The other leads to regret, weakness, and a life of wondering what could have been. One pain is temporary and purposeful. The other is permanent and pointless. One makes you into something greater. The other slowly destroys you from the inside out. So which pain are you choosing? I know what you're going through right now. Maybe you're looking at your life and you don't like what you see. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you've tried before and failed, and now you're wondering if it's even worth trying again. Maybe you wake up every day knowing you could be more, do more, be better, but something keeps holding you back. I get it. I see you. But here's what you need to understand. Your struggle isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. Your struggle is your opportunity. The fact that you're uncomfortable right now means you're at a decision point. And what you decide in these moments will determine everything. By the time we're done here, you're going to understand something that will change your life. You're going to understand that the pain you've been running from, the discomfort you've been avoiding, the hard things you've been putting off, those aren't your enemies. Those are your salvation. The easy path, the comfortable choice, the thing that feels good right now, that's the trap. That's what's keeping you small. That's what's stealing your future. I'm going to show you why choosing pain is the only way to freedom. I'm going to show you why discipline is the key to everything you want. And I'm going to challenge you to make a choice today that your future self will thank you for. There's a pain you can't control. It's the pain of discipline. It's the pain of doing what you know you should do even when you don't feel like it. Let me paint you a picture. It's 5 a.m. Your alarm goes off. Your bed feels like heaven. Every fiber of your being wants to hit snooze, but you don't. You get up. That's discipline pain. You're at the gym. Your muscles are screaming. Your lungs are burning. You can stop right now and no one would know, but you do one more rep. That's discipline pain. You need to have a difficult conversation. Every excuse in the book is ready. You could avoid it. You could put it off, but you face it head on. That's discipline pain. Everyone around you is relaxing, scrolling, watching, wasting time. You could join them, but you're working on your dream when no one's watching. That's discipline pain. Someone offers you the junk food, the easy comfort, the instant gratification. You say no. That's discipline pain. Here's what you need to understand. This pain is temporary. This pain has purpose. This pain builds. You choose when it happens. You choose how much. You choose the terms. It's scheduled. It's controlled. It's yours. And every single time you choose it, you're investing in a version of yourself that's stronger, more capable, more resilient. You're not just building muscle or willpower or skills. You're building character. You're building the person who keeps promises to themselves. Then there's the other pain, the pain of regret. This one's different. You don't choose when it shows up. It chooses you. Let me tell you what regret looks like. You're 40 years old. You look in the mirror and you see a stranger. The person you see isn't the person you thought you'd become. The dreams you had at 20 are buried under years of I'll do it tomorrow. That's regret pain. You watch someone else living the life you talked about, Someone else got the promotion you were qualified for. Someone else is in the shape you said you'd get into. Someone else took the risk you were too afraid to take, and you're watching from the sidelines. That's regret pain. You carry the weight of, I could have been. I could have been a better parent. I could have been healthier. I could have built that business. I could have learned that skill. I could have had that relationship, but I didn't. That's regret pain. There's a silence that comes with unused potential. You know what you were capable of. You know what you had inside you, but you never let it out. You kept it buried under comfort and excuses and fear. That's regret pain. Your dreams didn't die dramatically. They died quietly, slowly, because you chose comfort over courage day after day after day. And here's the truth about regret pain. This pain grows. This pain compounds. This pain never leaves. It doesn't go away when you ignore it. It gets heavier. It burrows deeper. It becomes part of who you are. You don't control it. It controls you. It owns you. Think about it like this. One pain is like lifting weights. When you lift, your muscles hurt. They tear, they break down. But that breaking down is what makes them grow back stronger. The pain has purpose. It's building you. The other pain is like carrying a stone in your chest. It doesn't make you stronger. It just gets heavier. Every day you carry it, it weighs more. Every year, it presses harder against your heart. It doesn't build anything. It just breaks you down slowly. One pain is construction. The other is destruction. One makes you a warrior. The other makes you a victim. So here's the question you have to answer. If both paths involve suffering, which one are you going to choose? The suffering that makes you or the suffering that breaks you? Close your eyes for a second and picture two versions of yourself 5 years from now. One version chose discipline. That version got up early, did the hard work, had the difficult conversations, made the sacrifices, stayed consistent. What does that person look like? How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they feel about themselves? Now picture the other version. That version hit snooze, took the easy path, avoided discomfort, chose comfort every single time. What does that person look like? How much regret are they carrying? What opportunities did they miss? What potential did they waste? Both versions experience pain, but one is standing tall, proud, strong. The other is bent under the weight of what could have been. Which one do you want to be? Because I'm telling you right now, the choice you make today, tomorrow, the day after, those choices are creating one of those two people. You can't avoid the pain, but you absolutely can choose which pain you're willing to carry. So if the pain of regret is so much worse, why do so many people choose it? Let me explain what's happening in your brain. Your brain is wired for survival. It's designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain right now, in this moment. That made sense 10,000 years ago when immediate threats were everywhere. But in today's world, that same instinct is destroying you. Your brain sees the alarm going off and says, stay in bed, comfort now. It doesn't think about the regret later. Why do you hit snooze? Because discipline pain is right now and regret pain feels far away. Why do you scroll instead of work? Because entertainment is immediate pleasure and the consequences of wasted time won't show up until later. Why do you eat the junk food when you know better? Because the taste is now and the health consequences are invisible today. Here's the trick your mind is playing on you. It's trading future agony for present comfort. It's making a deal that destroys your life. It's like you're dying of thirst in the desert and someone offers you salt water. For 10 seconds, it feels amazing. It feels like relief, but it's killing you. Every sip makes the problem worse. That's what comfort does. It feels good right now, but it's destroying you slowly, quietly, completely. And your brain keeps choosing it because it can't see past today. Here's what makes regret so dangerous. You can't see it building. It accumulates in the dark. It compounds like interest you'll never be able to pay back. Miss one workout, look in the mirror. You look exactly the same. Nothing changed, no consequence. So your brain says, see, it doesn't matter. Miss 1,000 workouts. Now look in the mirror. You're a completely different person. Your health is gone. Your energy is gone. Your confidence is gone. But it didn't happen all at once. It happened one invisible choice at a time. Skip one opportunity to learn something new, your life goes on. Nothing changes. Skip 100 opportunities over 10 years. You wake up one day and realize the world passed you by. Everyone else grew. Everyone else learned. Everyone else evolved. And you stayed exactly where you were. One conversation you avoid doesn't destroy a relationship, but avoid 100 conversations and suddenly you're living with a stranger. One day of laziness doesn't ruin your career, but 1,000 days of minimum effort and you're watching everyone else get promoted while you're stuck. Just because you don't feel it today doesn't mean it isn't growing inside you. Just because the scale doesn't change after one bad meal doesn't mean the damage isn't real. Regret is invisible until it's massive. And by the time you see it, it's already taken over your life. And here's what makes it even harder. Everyone around you is choosing comfort too. Look around. Most people are taking the easy path. So when you choose comfort, it feels normal. It feels justified. You got a whole culture giving you permission to be weak. I deserve a break. Do you? I'll start Monday. Will you? Just this once. Is it though? These phrases sound reasonable. They sound like self-care, but they're poison. They're excuses wrapped in acceptable language. And everyone around you is validating those excuses because they're using the same ones. Let me give you some tough love right now. You know what you deserve? You deserve the life that matches your effort. Nothing more. You don't deserve success because you want it. You don't deserve health because you wish for it. You don't deserve respect because you need it. You get what you earn, period. If you're putting in minimum effort, you deserve minimum results. If you're choosing comfort every day, you deserve a comfortable, mediocre life. That's not mean. That's fair. The universe doesn't owe you anything. Your effort determines your outcome. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. If everyone around you is making excuses, you'll make excuses. If everyone around you is choosing comfort, you'll choose comfort. If everyone in your circle is talking about their dreams but doing nothing about them, guess what you'll do? Exactly the same thing. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So look around. Are the people in your life pushing you toward discipline or giving you excuses for weakness? Are they challenging you to grow or validating your comfort? Are they doing hard things or just talking about doing hard things? Because if you're surrounded by people who are comfortable being average, you will be average. That's just reality. It's time to get real about who you're letting influence you. Let's get brutally honest about something. Time is moving. Right now, while you're listening to this, you're getting older. Every single day you choose comfort, you're one day closer to the end. That's not morbid. That's reality. You're not getting younger. You're not getting more energetic. You're not magically going to have more time later. The energy you have right now is the most you'll ever have. Your body will only get weaker if you don't work on it. Your mind will only get slower if you don't challenge it. The window for change doesn't stay open forever. How old are you right now? Add 5 years. That's how old you'll be in 5 years. Obvious, right? But here's the question. What will you have to show for those 5 years? Will you look back and see growth? Or will you see 5 more years of the same patterns, the same excuses, the same comfortable choices? Do the math. 5 years of small bad choices equals a completely different life. And it's worse, much worse. 5 years of hitting snooze means you've wasted over 1,800 mornings. 5 years of skipping workouts means you've chosen weakness over 1,800 times. 5 years of avoiding hard conversations means you've let relationships die slowly. 5 years of procrastinating on your dreams means you're 5 years further from ever achieving them. And here's what nobody wants to hear. Tomorrow isn't promised. Today is the only guaranteed shot you have. You might not wake up tomorrow. That's not pessimism. That's truth. So what are you going to do with today? Are you going to waste it on comfort? Or are you going to use it to build something? Let me destroy a fantasy you might be holding on to. Nobody is coming to save you. There's no perfect moment coming. There's no magical burst of motivation that's going to make everything easy. There's no person who's going to show up and push you. You are the hero or the victim of your own story. Choose. I know it's tempting to wait. Wait for motivation. Wait for the right time. Wait for someone to believe in you. Wait for permission. Wait for the stars to align. But that's just another form of choosing comfort. That's just avoiding the responsibility of your own life. Here's what you need to understand. Your circumstances might not be your fault, but they are your responsibility. Maybe you had a rough childhood. Not your fault. Your responsibility to heal. Maybe you got dealt a bad hand financially. Not your fault. Your responsibility to change it. Maybe people let you down. Not your fault. Your responsibility to move forward anyway. And here's the empowerment hidden in that truth. If it's all on you, that means you have all the power. You're not waiting on anyone else. You're not dependent on external circumstances. You control your effort. You control your choices. You control your response. That's power. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop waiting for easy. Start right now. Start exactly where you are, with exactly what you have. Because that's all you need. You just need to begin. You know what kills more dreams than failure ever could? Comfort. Most people think failure is the enemy. They think it's the big risks that destroy you. They're wrong. The real enemy is soft. It's quiet. It's comfortable. It's the things that slowly rot your potential without you even noticing. The couch. Every night you sink into it, instead of working on your dream, you're choosing death over life. Not dramatic death, slow death. The snooze button. Every morning you hit it, you're training yourself that comfort matters more than commitment. The Netflix binge, every time you watch episode after episode, you're trading hours of potential for hours of nothing. The just this once I'll skip. Just this once I'll cheat. Just this once I'll quit early. Except it's never just once. It's a pattern. The I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll eat better. Tomorrow I'll start the business. Tomorrow I'll have the conversation. Tomorrow never comes. Here's the difference between failure and comfort. Failure is loud. It teaches lessons. It shows you what doesn't work. It makes you stronger if you learn from it. Comfort is silent. It teaches nothing. It slowly convinces you that average is acceptable. It rots you from the inside. Failure hurts fast and heals. Comfort feels good and kills. The most dangerous thing about comfort is that it doesn't feel like losing. When you skip the workout, you don't feel like you lost. You feel relieved. When you hit snooze, you don't feel like you failed. You feel rested. When you avoid the hard conversation, you don't feel weak. You feel like you avoided conflict. That's the trap. Comfort disguises itself as wisdom, as self-care, as balance. But it's none of those things. It's slow suicide. It's choosing to stay small. It's picking the easy path that leads nowhere you actually want to go. And by the time you realize what you've lost, years have passed. Opportunities are gone. Time is gone. And you can't get it back. So let me be clear. Comfort feels safe. But it's the most dangerous choice you can make. All right, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Let's talk about how you actually choose pain every single day. It starts the moment you wake up. The alarm goes off. That is your first test. That is your first battle. Win it. Because if you win the morning, you win the day. If you lose the morning, you're already behind. Why does the morning matter so much? Because it sets the tone for everything. When you get up immediately, you're telling yourself, I keep my promises. I do hard things. I'm in control. When you hit snooze, you're telling yourself the opposite. You're saying comfort matters more than commitment. You're training yourself to quit before the day even starts. Here's a tool, the 5-second rule. Your brain gives you about 5 seconds before the excuses kick in, before the rationalization starts, before you talk yourself out of it. So move before you think. Alarm goes off. Count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Don't negotiate. Don't think. Just move. Then build a morning ritual that wakes you up. Cold water on your face. Even better, a cold shower. Physical discomfort equals mental awakening. It shocks your system. It forces you present. Your body leads and your mind follows. Movement. Get your body moving immediately. Push-ups, stretches, a walk. Doesn't matter. Move. Because motion creates emotion. No phone for the first hour. Own your attention. Don't let someone else's agenda dictate your morning. Don't scroll. Don't check email. Don't give your mental energy away before you've even started your day. How you do anything is how you do everything. Start your day with discipline or start your day with excuses. That choice determines everything that follows. Here's what you need to do. Establish your non-negotiables. 3 to 5 things you do every single day, no matter what. Not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, no matter what. These become your identity. Let me give you examples. Move your body for at least 30 minutes. Walk, run, lift, stretch. Doesn't matter. Move. This is non-negotiable because your body is the vehicle for everything else. Do something that grows your skills or career. Read, learn, practice, create. Even 15 minutes counts. This is non-negotiable because you're either growing or dying. There's no standing still. Connect with someone who matters. Real connection, not texting. Call someone, hug someone, have a real conversation. This is non-negotiable because relationships are what make life worth living. Fuel your body with intention. Eat food that serves you. Drink water. Take care of the machine. This is non-negotiable because how you feel physically affects everything else. Rest with purpose, not escape. Sleep enough. Recover. But don't confuse rest with endless scrolling or binging shows. Rest is intentional. Escape is avoidance. Here's the power of consistency. These things aren't extreme. They're simple, but they're non-negotiable. Do them every day and your entire life changes. Here's the identity shift that happens. You're not someone who tries to work out. You're someone who works out, period. You're not someone who's trying to learn. You're someone who learns. That shift matters because when it's your identity, you don't negotiate. And here's the truth, when you don't feel like it, that's exactly when it counts the most. Anyone can work out when they're motivated. You do it when you're tired. That's what separates you. The compound truth, you won't see massive results from one day. You'll see transformation from 1,000 days. Trust the process. Here's what you need to understand. Every single day, you face dozens of micro choices. Little moments where you choose between hard and easy, between growth and comfort. Most people don't even notice these moments. They just react. They go on autopilot. But if you want to change your life, you have to become aware. You have to catch yourself in the moment. Ask yourself, am I choosing comfort or growth right now? That awareness is everything. Use the 10-10-10 rule. When you're about to make a choice, ask yourself 3 questions. How will I feel about this choice in 10 minutes? How will I feel about it in 10 months? How will I feel about it in 10 years? That perspective changes everything. Fast food or meal prep, in 10 minutes, fast food feels easier. In 10 months, meal prep has transformed your health. In 10 years, that pattern has determined your quality of life. Scroll or read. In 10 minutes, scrolling feels mindless and easy. In 10 months, reading has expanded your knowledge. In 10 years, one pattern made you smarter and the other made you distracted. Complain or take action. In 10 minutes, complaining feels like release. In 10 months, action has created change. In 10 years, one made you a victim and the other made you powerful. Blame or own it. In 10 minutes, blame feels justified. In 10 months, ownership has built respect. In 10 years, one kept you stuck and the other set you free. Every single choice is building one of 2 futures. You're either building the person you want to be or you're building the person you regret becoming. There's no neutral. Every choice counts. Now, if you're starting from 0, don't try to go to hero overnight. Start where you are. Go from 0 to 1, not 0 to 100, just 1. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is progress. This is called progressive overload in life. In the gym, you don't start by lifting 300 pounds. You start with the bar, then you add 5 pounds, then 5 more. Gradually, your capacity grows. Life works the same way. You build your discipline capacity gradually. There's an exposure principle at work. The more you do hard things, the less hard they feel. What seems impossible today becomes normal in 90 days if you stay consistent. Your nervous system recalibrates. Here are small pain practices you can start with. Cold showers. Start with 30 seconds of cold at the end of your normal shower. Build up. This teaches you to embrace discomfort. Fasting windows. Skip breakfast a few days a week. 12-hour fast, 16-hour fast. This teaches you that hunger isn't an emergency. Difficult conversations? Have one uncomfortable conversation per week. This teaches you that discomfort doesn't kill you. Early wakes. Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier, just 30. This teaches you that you control your time. Saying no. Practice saying no to things you don't want to do. This teaches you that your time and energy are valuable. What feels impossible now will feel normal in 90 days. Your brain adapts. Your capacity expands. You become someone who can handle more. But you have to stay consistent. You have to keep choosing the hard thing. That's how you build yourself into someone unstoppable. Let me be straight with you. You will want to quit. Not maybe, not possibly. You will. Multiple times. There will be moments when discipline feels completely pointless, when you're exhausted, when you're not seeing results yet, when everyone else seems to be having more fun, when the voice in your head is screaming at you to stop. That moment is coming. And here's what you need to know about that moment. That's when it matters most. That's when your commitment gets tested. Not when it's easy, not when you're motivated, when it's brutal, when it hurts, when you want to quit. What's really happening in that moment? You're at the edge of transformation. You're at the breaking point between who you were and who you're becoming. This is where most people turn back. They get to the hard part and they quit. They go back to comfort. They tell themselves it's not worth it. But if you push through, everything changes. Think about the caterpillar becoming a butterfly. That caterpillar doesn't just grow wings. It completely dissolves. It breaks down into liquid inside the cocoon. Imagine if the caterpillar could think, it would believe it's dying. It would believe everything is falling apart. But that dissolution is necessary. That breaking down is required for the breakthrough. You're the same way. When everything feels hard, when you feel like you're falling apart, when discipline feels impossible, you're not dying. You're transforming. This pain you're feeling is the breaking point between who you were and who you're becoming. And you have a choice in that darkness. Push through or give up. Your entire future hinges on what you do in that moment. Most people give up right before the breakthrough. Don't be most people. There's a voice that will speak to you. You know the one. It's the voice of doubt, the voice of fear, the voice of comfort. It will tell you it's not worth it. It will tell you you're not seeing results. It will tell you you're different, that it won't work for you, that you should just stop. That voice will speak. Guaranteed. Here's the truth about that voice. It's the part of you that wants to stay safe. The part that wants to stay small. The part that's terrified of change. It's not protecting you. It's imprisoning you. So how do you respond? Don't argue with it. Don't try to convince it. Don't wait for it to go away. Acknowledge it and act anyway. I hear you. I know you're scared, but we're doing this anyway. Action before emotion. You don't need the voice to agree. You just need to move. Here's a principle that will change your life. Discipline over feelings. You don't have to feel motivated to act. You don't have to feel inspired. You don't have to feel ready. You just have to move. Feelings follow action, not the other way around. Reframe what that resistance means. That voice isn't protecting you from danger. It's keeping you prisoner in a life that's too small for you. It's the guard at the gate of your potential. And every time you act despite it, you're taking your power back. Here's your power mantra. Say this: when the voice speaks. I don't do what's comfortable. I do what's required. Not what feels good, what's required. Not what's easy, what's necessary. Not what everyone else is doing. What I need to do to become who I'm meant to be. That voice will always be there, but it doesn't get to decide. You do. Here's something you might not have thought about. You're not just changing you. When you choose discipline, you're giving everyone around you permission to do the same. You're leading. Who's watching you? Your kids are watching how you handle hard things. When they see you get up early, push through difficulty, keep your promises, you're teaching them more than any lecture ever could. You're showing them what's possible. Your partner is watching your commitment. When they see you stay consistent, they see what integrity looks like. You're showing them you're someone who follows through. Your colleagues are watching your work ethic. When they see you go the extra mile, show up prepared, deliver quality, you're raising the standard. You're showing them what excellence looks like. Even strangers are watching your transformation. When they see you lose weight, build a business, change your life, they start believing they can too. You don't need a title to lead. You don't need permission. You lead by example. Your discipline gives others permission to be disciplined. But here's the flip side. Every time you choose comfort, you're teaching someone else to quit. When your kids see you hit snooze, make excuses, give up, you're teaching them that's acceptable. When your partner sees you start things and not finish them, you're teaching them that commitment is optional. When your colleagues see you do the minimum, you're teaching them that mediocrity is fine. Your choices ripple outward. They affect everyone around you. Here's your responsibility moment. You owe it to the people who look up to you to be the strongest version of yourself. Not perfect, but trying. Not flawless, but committed. You owe them your best effort because they're learning from you whether you want them to or not. Let's jump to the end for a minute. Imagine you're at the end of your life. You're looking back. What story will you tell yourself? There are two versions of this story. One version is full of regret. I wish I had tried. I wish I had pushed harder. I wish I hadn't been so afraid. I wish I had taken the risk. I wish I had done the work. I wish I hadn't wasted so much time on comfort and distraction and fear. I had potential and I buried it. I had dreams and I let them die. I had time and I wasted it. That's one version. The other version is full of pride. I gave everything. I didn't leave anything on the table. I chose the hard path and it made me into someone I respect. I failed sometimes, but I kept trying. I was scared, but I did it anyway. I built something. I became someone. I didn't waste my one chance at life. That's the other version. So which ending do you want? Because that moment is coming. Faster than you think. It feels far away, but it's not. Time collapses. The years fly. And what you do today, tomorrow, this week, this month, this year, that's what determines that final conversation with yourself. Here's the gift hidden in the pain of discipline. The discipline you choose now becomes the peace you feel then. When you're at the end and you look back, you won't regret the hard workouts. You won't regret the early mornings. You won't regret the sacrifices. You'll be grateful. You'll be proud. But you will regret the comfort. You will regret the easy choices. You will regret the time you wasted. So live in a way that when you look back, you can say you did it right. Not easy, but right. This is the moment. Not tomorrow. Not Monday. Not after you figure it all out. Not when you feel ready. Right now. Make the choice. Right here. Right now. Choose pain. Choose discipline. Choose growth. Say it out loud if you're alone. Say it in your head if you're not. I choose the hard path because the easy path leads nowhere I want to go. Say it. Mean it. Feel it. This is your decision point. From this moment forward, you are someone who does hard things. You're not someone who talks about it. You're someone who does it. You're not someone who tries. You're someone who commits. You're not someone who quits when it gets hard. You're someone who pushes through. That's your identity now. Claim it. Here's your challenge. What's the one thing you've been avoiding? The one discipline you know you need, but you've been putting off? The workout, the conversation, the project, the apology, the hard decision. Whatever it is, do it today. Before the sun sets, do that hard thing. Why does this matter? Because that one action is proof to yourself that you're serious. It's evidence that you're not just listening to motivational words. You're actually changing. And here's what happens. One right choice makes the second right choice easier. Then the third gets easier. Momentum builds. You start seeing yourself differently. You start believing you're someone who follows through. But it starts with one action, one hard thing. Today, don't just agree with me. Don't just nod along. Prove it to yourself. Do the thing. Let's be clear about what we're talking about here. Pain is coming. You cannot escape it. But you can choose which pain you experience. You can choose the pain of discipline, which is temporary, purposeful, and builds you into something greater. Or you can choose the pain of regret, which is permanent, pointless, and destroys you slowly. Choose discipline pain for 1 year. Actually commit. Actually stay consistent. And your entire life changes. Your body changes. Your mind changes. Your confidence changes. Your opportunities change. Everything shifts. Choose comfort. Keep doing what you're doing. And I promise you, 1 year from now, you'll be exactly where you are right now, or worse. Because comfort doesn't keep you in place. It takes you backwards while everyone else moves forward. So here's your rally cry. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Make friends with pain. Stop running from it. Stop avoiding it. Embrace it. Let it forge you. Let it shape you. Let it turn you into someone unstoppable. We're back where we started. You're standing at the crossroads. 2 paths in front of you. One path leads up a mountain. It's steep. It's hard. The climb is brutal. But at the top, the view is incredible. You can see everything. You're strong. You're proud. You're free. The other path leads down into a valley. It's easy. It's comfortable. The descent is smooth, but it's a dead end. When you get to the bottom, you're trapped, you're weak, you're full of regret, and there's no way out. The choice is made daily. Every morning when the alarm goes off, every moment when you face the fork between hard and easy, every decision between growth and comfort, you're choosing which path you're on. You have everything you need right now to start becoming everything you want to be. You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more knowledge. You need commitment. You need discipline. You need to start. Here's the champion's creed. Say it with me. Champions choose pain. Champions do what's hard. Champions build themselves in the dark so they can shine in the light. That's who you're becoming. Not someone who avoids difficulty. Someone who runs toward it. Not someone who quits when it's hard. Someone who thrives in the struggle. Not someone who needs perfect conditions. Someone who creates excellence in any condition. So here's what happens next. You leave here and you have a choice. You can go back to the same patterns, the same excuses, the same comfortable life that's slowly killing your potential, or you can start right now, today, with one hard choice, then another, then another. You can build yourself into someone you're proud of, someone who keeps their promises, someone who does hard things, someone who lives with purpose instead of comfort. Now go choose your pain and become the person you were meant to be. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The choice is yours. Choose wisely. Choose today. Choose pain